Hi everybody, this is Rachel from Cyber Sports Network. I'm standing next to the absolutely beautiful Anna Prosser, guys. I'm so in love with her. I have such a huge girl crush, but that's not what this is. Okay, that's for you guys. Here's the rest of it. And I had so much fun working with you at IPL, and I just want to know, how did you feel about the event? From start to finish, you were super involved. What were you thinking?
I have to admit, I love MLGs. I live for coming to these, every couple months, few weeks, but I have to say IPL for me was probably the best esports event I had ever been to, and that was due to a lot of factors. I think they did a great job on the event. They had a fantastic team of people that I feel like they really recruited based on involvement in the esports community, so they really knew what they were doing. And just personally, I got along with all the people that were there as the team. There was a really positive energy to it. So beyond that, it was a role that I haven't had the opportunity to do very often in esports, which is being a host as opposed to being around on the floor doing interviews. I love both, but it was nice to kind of change gears a little bit. We both got to dress up a little bit, be a little bit glamorous, and hang out with the players backstage, which was really, really fun. So overall, a great experience and something that I'm really looking forward to growing, because I know that they're going to take that experience, mull it over a little bit, and do something bigger, which I think is what every esports event is trying to do. Just figure out what they did and figure out how to make it just a little bit better each time.
Now, it was very exciting to get to dress up, but they didn't like our dresses, some people. I don't know what to think about that. What were your thoughts?
Well, I have been asked, people ask me, did they force you to wear that? That's disrespectful, that you would think that, and I understand where they're coming from. They felt defensive of us, that we shouldn't have to dress up or look pretty in order to be taken seriously. And I appreciate that. I think that is true. But they did ask us to wear cocktail attire, and then we chose our wardrobe. So Rachel and I both basically had control over what we were wearing. And I personally really enjoyed it. I think it gave it a little bit of a flair. We were in Atlantic City. It's in a casino. But it is something that's out of the norm for esports. So it did push the envelope. I was comfortable with it, but I can see how someone may have expected us to be more in a professional business casual type look. So I think that I would just defer to whatever the event prefers for their overall look. And in the case of IPL, I didn't have any problem with it, but I could see how another event might prefer something different.
Well, I thought you looked super hot.
As did you.
This is just a flirty interview.
And I got to reuse some of my Miss USA wardrobe, which is always a win, because what else am I going to do with that stuff?
That was so not fair. I'm wearing like Cole's junior section. She's wearing like a fabulous ball gown. But actually, they were saying that, we didn't fit in because these players would come on stage and they'd be wearing sweatpants or hoodies or whatever. Do you think that players need to start stepping up what they wear and how they present themselves?
It's tough because you want every team to be able to come and be proud of what they're representing. So I don't want to say that every team should have a full tracksuit that looks really cool with custom printed names and everything, but I do think it's really neat when a team does have something unique, a jersey that sets them apart, but also something that maybe a fan can imitate. So I think that, well, of course, I'm partial to what Evil Geniuses is doing, selling their jerseys, but I would like to see them maybe get a track jacket or something like that to improve. The more professional our players look and the less they look like someone that just wandered out of their own bedroom where they were playing video games, the more we'll get taken seriously as an esport. So I think we need more sponsorships, clothing lines that want to build uniforms for our players.
And now you said Evil Geniuses is one of the few teams that actually sells their apparel. You can outfit yourself just like an Evil Geniuses player. Is there anything that any other team that you would like to wear their apparel instead without offending Evil Geniuses here?
I honestly love to wear any of the team's apparel. I have a couple, don't tell Evil Geniuses, but I have a couple liquid shirts because that's where I really first got plugged into the esports community back in the Brood War days. So, and actually that was the first website that hired me to ever do coverage. So I have some of their shirts that I wear, and most of the time I don't necessarily only hang out with esports people, so any esports jersey that I can wear, people are like, what is that team? Tell me what that is, and that's always good.
Have you had a lot of public reactions to your StarCraft involvement and your StarCraft garb?
It's so funny because every time I describe what I do and what my boyfriend does, people are like, what, that exists, and I have to give them the whole spiel about what is esports and where is it going, and they always ask, well, do you make any money, and I like to explain that it's getting more and more to the point where people can start to make a living here, and so it's exciting. But the funniest is that my family loves to explain what I do and what Jeff, my boyfriend in Control, does. My grandma specifically is like, you'll never guess what her boyfriend does. He plays video games for a living. So I get just a kick out of it.
Is that how your grandma explains it?
My grandma actually is like an original gamer chick, because she had like the original Atari, all those, like the Intellivision actually, she still has it. And she and I used to play it before I was even born. She used to play it till like 3 in the morning when my mom was asleep after she did all her work. So I always say that's where my gamer gene comes from, is my grandma.
That is so awesome. And now you continue this gamer lifestyle in the EG house. What is that like, living with with these players that have such huge personalities?
It is surprising and sometimes challenging, but overall really awesome, because they are players that have really great stories and really great personalities, so hanging out with them is a treat. Being the only girl in a house of sometimes up to like 8 or 9 guys can be challenging for obvious reasons, but overall I would say it's very fulfilling for me. And even though I try to stay away from the house mom role and stay more in a professional, facilities operations, PR type of role, I end up kind of being a house mom, which can be fulfilling in and of itself.
Hey, the house mom role is fine. That's what Torch did at the GOM TV house. Can't begrudge you that. What I want to know is, actually, can you explain to me the full detail of your job? Because it's really not fair to say, yeah, Anna cleans and makes sandwiches, because I know that's not true.
No, I absolutely don't make sandwiches. I do clean because I can't stand the mess, but mostly I just yell at everyone else to clean. My job has multiple arms, I guess you could say, so it's hard to give myself a title. A good way to describe it, in the house, I'm the facility operations manager, so I'm in charge of just making sure that the house stays in good order, that the players are happy there, that everything the management wants to communicate to the players in the house is effectively communicated. So basically just being that bridge between the management and the players in that house. And then my other role is PR, marketing, social media, and of course video production, and kind of being a face that's not a player, but that can bring attention to the team.
Well, and you're doing a great job at it. Can you give us any insight into maybe what's coming up for EG? Some top secret plans that Scott or Alex haven't revealed yet?
I'd get in such big trouble if I gave away something top secret. I do know that there will be players heading over to Korea, and I know that's been announced, but none of the details have been. So I would look for that. I think that people will be surprised and excited about when and who might be going to Korea. There's always big things on the horizon for EG in terms of sponsorships and partnerships. So I think people will be really excited about some of the partnerships we have coming up, and I think they'll be really excited to support those decisions.
Well, I'm excited. I want to know, where can I keep up with all this super awesome stuff coming from EG?
Well, the website is myeg.net. There will be changes to that coming up soon, so please do keep checking that out. And you can find all of our players on Twitter. I don't want to list all of their players, all of them off, but usually I'm retweeting them all the time, so you can find me at Anna Prosser, ANNAPROSSER. We also have new Facebook fan pages for everyone, so please like those. And our YouTube channel, which is kind of my pet project, is MyEG.Net, so MYEGNET. Please check that out.
Awesome, guys. Well, I'll be watching, and I hope you are too. This has been Anna Prosser and Rachel Querico coming at you from MLG Orlando. Thanks, guys.